I'm starting a new project here. Can you guess what it is? If you can't tell by these materials and the title, if somehow you can't read, I'm making a Esmeralda costume. Let's address the elephant in the room. Let me introduce you, ladies and gentlemen. I finished making my dress form that you probably didn't know I was making, and I've been making for 10 months. Yeah, I started this project in December when I bought this pattern to make your own dress form. It's this company called Bootstrap Fashion, and you could put in your measurements, buy a pattern to make DIY your own dress form with your specific measurements. All that really matters is that she has the same measurements as I do, even if she doesn't look exactly like my body type. That was weird. If you get a dress form, don't be mad if it doesn't look exactly like your body, because it's a form, it's a mannequin, and you're human. My old dress form was graciously gifted to me by my parents. I love you guys. But unfortunately it didn't fit especially my ribs and my upper body. My upper body, you know what I mean? So I made my own, and it took me for freaking ever. But I did it, and I'm so happy. So this is the elephant in the room. The other elephant in the room is bitch. Look at these nails. I did them myself. Alright, to get started here, we're making the corset. Yeah, I'm using this fabric I got from the ARC, so bonus points there. I actually got almost everything for this costume thrifted, so that's sick. And I'm just taking some measurements for my waist and the upper part of my rib cage, and then just like subtracting a couple inches for tightening purposes and making a little trapezoidal shape out of it. Making sure to cut out the elements that are unique to Esmeralda's corset, like that little part out from the top, and making sure it's symmetrical because symmetry is important. I went to dinner and now I'm back, but you didn't know that. Let's get into it, yeah. Get into it, yeah. Get into it, yeah. Get into it, yeah. She just wanna sew. Get into it, yeah. She just wanna sew. Get into it, yeah. Okay, so obviously the main thing we need here is some stability. You know what I mean? This is like, you don't really make corsets out of this. But for costumes, you do. So I'm cutting out 1 layer of interfacing, perhaps 2 layers if we feel like it, and 2 layers of lining. Wow, I'm hyper after that dinner. And I also had a margarita. Oh my god. Aesthetic cutting. Layers. Corsets are like onions. They have layers. It's a lot stronger. A period of time that was spent struggling later. I'm about to physically fight my serger. I've been trying to serge something for like an hour and a half, and then I don't know what's causing the problem. Look at them bags. That's how tired I am of this. I literally just broke my second mirror. Maybe this spot is not a good spot, obviously. As if this night could not get any worse. And I pulled the fabric off there and it just broke because it fell. After rage quitting and going to bed. Let's talk about last night. It was horrible. Last night felt like a bad joke. Bitch. Mirror tally 2. Olivia, -50. The serger, you got me this time, you haunted son of a... I'm gonna give this one more good live and create try. I'm not a quitter unless it's necessary. Okay, I'm gonna need some juice for this. Whoa. I'm gonna take it in. Oh, now you wanna go. Funny. Oh, that's heavy. Oh my god, dude. Look out. Ugh. Okay, several days later. It turns out the timing and alignment was off on the little mechanisms. So, it's cost me about $130 to repair. For a couple weeks or so, I will have to do the old, horrible method of sewing without a serger. Alright, where was I? Sewing the toe pieces right sides together. Okay, I got the two halves sewn together in the middle, and now I am drawing all the boning channels on the inside of the corset, of course. No reference here, just winging it. I'm using Bridgeline boning, so I just trace over a piece of it, which is a lot easier than like measuring, I guess. I left a space for the eyelets to go that's sandwiched between two boning channels for the back pieces, and now it's time to sew all them lines. Lines. Sewing lines. I sewed each boning channel in different directions, so from top to bottom and then bottom to top, and I ironed between each boning channel just to help with the riggedy wrinklies because they were kind of stressing me out. Instant replay. This is what I got. This is what I got. This is why I'm hot. Alright, a little worried. Actually, a lot of worried about the wrinklies. I did go to Joann's and got this trim. Gonna put this on and then put the bonings. Okay, so I've just pinned all the trim on and I think it's gonna look really good. My trim was wider than my boning channel, so I just sewed them along the edges over these straight boning channels that I made. Wow. Alrighty, I got those lines and that trim on there. So now it's time to sew it right sides together with the lining. After pressing, I marked out the seam allowance on the bottom of the corset so I know how long to cut my bones out. And now I just gotta shove them all in there. Put them in there. Bone the corset. No, you know what I mean. Look at my socks! Much protein bar. Okay, so I may have made a couple, if not most, of the boning channels a little too snug. So it's been a battle trying to get these bones in their proper anatomical position. After thoroughly boning that corset, I sewed it right sides together along the bottom where my seam allowance line was. I did the good old 1-2 flipperoo and then folded the sides of the corset in to stitch it over and lock those raw edges in. Now I'm doing a super scientifical method of measuring how big I need my back panel to be. Bonk. After quickly making the modesty panel, I measured out where I need my eyelids to go. Tap, tap, tap. Everybody come on, yeah, tap, tap, tap. Everybody come on and tap that. It's a good song. Do not make holes in the carpet and in the floor today. I poked holes through the rug and through the floor. I did it again. Oh. Pretty sure you're like not supposed to use this to hammer into fabric, like only like leather and like materials, but I'm still gonna try to do it. Look, I know what you're thinking. Hey Liv, why can't you just hammer on the table right there? And that's because if I did hammer up here, it would sound like this. Now watch me whip, now watch me nene, now watch me whip this back panel on. Alright, you guys want to know another story? Okay, I just got back from somewhere, but let me tell you where, okay? My headlight went out last night. And then, to this morning, Dylan's tire was flat. No. It's not. I'm not falling for that because it can't be me. It can't be me. Now it's time to move on to the skirt that I made out of a bedsheet I got at the Arc. I'm making a circle skirt here, so there is some computer brain math processing power involved that I had to tap into real quick, but other than that, it's pretty simple. So I had to shut the door for this shot, and somebody was dying to show me their toy. What you got? You got a toy? You got a toy? You got chicken? Oh yes, here we have the slow and steady outfit deprogression of the day. Now I'm making a waistband by cutting out a rectangle that is my waist length plus a little bit, you know, and then doing the fold in half and fold in half in iron method. You know what I mean? Anyways, now just attaching that bad boy to the skirt. Right sides together. I got new pins. I got carried away. Now I am basting together the sides of the skirt and installing a zipper using the iron it down and sew it right over method. Just look it up, okay, if you really want to know. And all I had was a pink zipper, so that's what I got. Now finalizing that waistband by stitching in the ditch. On this episode of Is That a Fabric Scrap or a Dead Spider? Alright guys, I got this horsehair braid, that's what it's called, or crinoline. It's not horsehair, it's literally just plastic that's woven together. And I'm gonna hem it with this, and it's gonna make it like more structured at the bottom so it kind of like flows more. That's a look! Oh my god, that's a look. Titties out, purple skirt. I first started by sewing it on the right side, and then I flipped it over and sewed it under, I guess. And honestly, it was pretty dang easy. Oh! That shit crisp. That is by far the best way to do a hem on a circle skirt. It looks so good. Here is what it looked like before, all flat and lifeless. And now, woo! Oh shit. Look at how high I could go. Oh! Oh yeah. The next day. Good afternoon. I got snacks. This is the one and only proper way to eat popcorn. wow. Why am I like this? Okay.
I decided to add a little bit of white ruffles on the inside of the skirt just to kind of mimic this slip look that she's got going on here. And I started by cutting out pieces of white bias tape that I had on hand. I had a roll of this from making a bunch of masks like a year and a half ago. So just cut out strips, ironed it flat, sewed a basting stitch along the middle, and then gathered it all up. And then I sewed over the ruffles with a tighter stitch to lock it in place.
Let's just pin this on and see. I might have to make a couple more, but we'll see. We'll see. Okay. I'm this much short. Oh! Okay, well, I guess I'll just make a little bit one. This will probably be the least noticeable part, and it's been taking so long.
The next day.
Good morning. Look at my chuggy mug. I like it. I know it's corny, but I like it. So back off, buddy. Alrighty, friends, let's get going. Woo! Gonna start by sewing that on. Sewing that on. Sewing that on. Sewing that on. Ooh, baby. Oh, yes. I hope this looks good. Okay, so that might have been a waste of time because you could hardly tell, but whatever. It's like, it's okay, you know?
Oh my gosh, here it is, the final two pieces for this video, and it turned out so good. I can just picture it already with the rest of the costume, and that is because by this point I have already finished the rest of the costume. So stay tuned for part 2 coming next week. Turn on those notifications so you can see the final costume and the completed look.
I'm done. That's it. Mike, nippers drop. Okay, I'm not actually dropping. Needle drop.
Ray got a toy?
How convenient. Oh. Reporting to you live from the basement of my basement. What do I do with my life now that I'm not doing this? Least noticeable. This will probably be putting in the yellow. The yellow thread. Ooh, yeah.
Welcome to Cribs. Got my main.
Okay, that's all I got.